All right.
You did it. Oh, I totally saw you see the
No, I said I didn't receive.
Oh,
We usually sit here.
Right.
Good Thursday morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let's get started with the on-time drawing. I'm going to bring up Russell from. Who are you?
There I am.
Actually, you wear shirt and tie, huh?
Well, the shirt, definitely. The tie, not so often in the Vegas heat.
So this is our on-time drawing sponsor for the day. This is Russell. He's with Beezer Homes. And
Are you working in a free house?
yeah.
What are you buying? Are you willing to pay for the raffle ticket? Tickets are only $100,000 a piece. We're limited to 4 tickets.
Such a deal.
Odds are good.
Such a deal.
Odds are good.
All right, so the number is number 5. Who's number 5?
4.
Sheila, number 5. She gets, what is it?
Cafe Rio,
Cafe Rio.
$35 gift card.
Yay!
Enough for at least 2 salads and a drink.
So talk to us a little bit about what's going on over at Beezer, Russell.
Thanks, Mark. So Beezer is opening a brand new townhouse community right near this office. We're on the corner of Durango and Russell. Going to be soft opening this Saturday. We've actually already booked appointments all day Saturday, most of Sunday, and we're starting on Monday for previews for folks that want to come down and take a look before the community is open to the general public, which will be Saturday, July 29th is our public opening. We have 10 units that will close between now and September 30th of this year. So prices are going to be from the 380s up to the 480s. 3 and 4 bedroom townhouse units from 1,237 square feet going up to just over 2,000 square feet. 3 and 4 bedrooms, 2 to 2.5 to 3.5 baths. Are, as I shared, pricing from the high 3s. If you guys have clients that are looking in this area in that price range, please shoot me a call. I have business cards here for you, which I'm going to leave on the table right up here. Do not hesitate, and we will schedule appointments to come down. Commission is
What's HOA?
5%. Wow.
$145 a month on the HOA. It is not kidding. Commission is 3% of the base price of the home.
Thank you.
3% of the purchase price if it's a home that we have on the MLS. And I have 3 units listed on the MLS.
So 3% if it's not built, and then 3% if it's already built and ready to move in.
3% if it's on the MLS, 3% of base price if it's not on the MLS.
Oh, no way, awesome.
Yes. So with townhouses, we build them all at once. They just don't have to put multiples of the same unit on the MLS. So with Beezer, you bring us 2 contracts this calendar year. For the remainder of the calendar year, you get a 1% bonus on the commission. So now you're up to how much?
4.
Let me get my calculator out.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. How much? 4, exactly, 4% commission. So that will be for the remainder of the calendar year. So, and that's not just in my neighborhood, that could be at any of our Beezer neighborhoods. So while I would like you to come to mine exclusively, I understand if you need to go to Henderson or the Northwest or what have you for your clients. So.
Awesome.
You guys have any questions?
Yes.
Yeah,
Who
models.
is your in-home lender?
We have 4 in-home lenders. We don't own any of them. We call it mortgage choice.
Okay.
We go with your former lender, CMG, which I guess is still connected to Epic. We have New American Funding, we have FBC Mortgage, and we have Guild Mortgage with the Beck Green team. So
Any incentives for the buyers?
always have incentives. Bring your clients in and we'll go through all of that. Right now, I believe my incentives are going to be 3% of the base price towards closing costs or a rate buy down. However, your clients want to use it. We're not a company that plays games like many of the ones you've seen out there that advertise a super low interest rate, but they require 20% down and a 760 or a 780 FICO score. look, whatever your client's credit is, they can use that money to buy the rate down to as low as their credit allows, or they can use it to cover their closing costs, or some combination of the two. We leave it up to you and your clients to figure that out. We will have models opening, as I shared, this Saturday. They'll be open to the public the following Saturday. So if anybody would like a preview, let me know, and be happy to meet you out there and open them up. Yes, ma'am.
Me, I'll bring in a client on Saturday.
Awesome. I have one appointment Sunday at noon still open. Everything else is booked up on
Yeah,
Saturday.
I'll take the Sunday.
Sunday it is. All right. What's your name?
Maida.
Maida.
Maida, we have
Maida.
talked before, yes.
All right. Sounds good. I will mark you down on my calendar. You have the
Thank
noon
you.
appointment.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
All
I
righty.
appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you. And Sheila, really thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right. Next up is our breakfast sponsor. Thank you so much for the Danish and Muffins Charity.
Good morning, good morning. I don't really have that much, but I will say that, when, it's just not my phone. So when you guys do preferred lenders and it says like CMG, who yes, Epic is part of CMG, you do actually have to go to their loan officer. Their loan officer has negotiated something within their contract, so to get the best deal, you will want to use, and I cannot think of her name, but she is right over in either the Southwest office or they moved some of their offices
Is
over
it
to
Sheila?
South. She is amazing. Huh? Jill.
Sheila?
Oh, no, it's not Sheila, it's,
Oh, my God.
I wanna say Jill Lyons, but she's our California one, but she's a big escrow officer out here, so, loan officer,
No.
so. She's very competitive, very amazing, has a great team, so when you go out there, they'll give you her card. So it doesn't work like just because we're part of them, it doesn't work that way, they negotiate something with that particular LO. Backstory really is, Sean is actually friends, who is the manager at CMG, is actually really good friends with the owner of Beezer. So that is why they are on one of their preferred lists, so. As for what's going on in the market, not much is going on in the market. I don't have great news, but it's gonna be good news, is interest rates are not going down anytime soon. They have flushed everything out into the stock market, and so people don't wanna buy bonds at 8%, so interest rates are kind of staying. Even though inflation's going down, federal rate is going down. However, according to market analysis, we are gonna start seeing a decline by the end of the year, so we should get closer to the high fives. And they are saying by 2025, we will be back in the fours, so something to look forward to, right?
That's where I get to refi.
No, honestly, if you bought anything, like if you're at 7.5 or anything like that, and we're gonna see, I'm telling my clients, look, if we get you in now, so, okay, it's sort of the end of July, but if we close you in August, you don't have a payment due till October. By the first quarter, they should be down to the fives again. So that is an opportunity for someone to refinance. And then they'll have that mortgage for a whole year, and then they can go down to the fours. Or at that time, honestly, what they're saying is there's gonna be a huge benefit in your guys' thing, is if interest rates get back to the fours, those of us that have 3 or 4% interest rates are gonna start dumping our properties, so we're gonna have a lot of resales. And then we'll be buying, because now we're not buying at such, a big gap.
Are you
Yeah,
bragging
so-
that you have a 3 or 4? Is that what you're doing?
Huh?
You bragging that you have a 3 or 4?
Well, I mean, a lot of people do. Have you bought a house before? Like, yeah.
So did I hear something about Epic doing a free refi?
Yes, so and I have advertised that on your page, and I try to do it if you guys want to co-brand it. So we're offering a free refinance for 5 years. So anytime between now and 5 years, they can do a free refinance. Plus, we're paying their appraisal and $1,000 towards our third-party fees, which is going to be like for Rock Title. So, Rock Title, even though they'll discount their fees a little bit, they still have costs associated with that, so we will pick up those charges for them. So we are offering essentially a free refinance if they close with us, this year, and then they say it ends in September, but honestly, we've been doing it for as long as these rates are up, we're doing it, so.
So this consisted of guys' fees and stuff like that you're taking care of, and they.
We're waiving all of our fees, so we're giving them a lender, like, so they're.
Not paying any lender fees, like,
Huh?
not paying that 1% origination fee or anything like that, but the.
They can buy down their interest rate, that's always at their choice, we don't charge a 1% origination.
Oh.
So you only do a rate buy down. And then, like, a refinance, to be quite honest, unless you have like a multi-million-dollar home, $1,000 is gonna cover most of your closing costs. I mean, generally speaking, title companies will do refinance packages like at $350 plus recording, and a couple other, whatever their lender's policy is. So it's pretty inexpensive. So we are offering that. Anything else you guys have going
And
on?
we have a realtor discount offer that too, so.
Oh, so,
If you're
yeah,
doing
so
your
you guys
own
are doing that. So
transaction.
there is lots of things, that's what I've been telling people. I've met with a couple clients this week. I'm like, look, if you're gonna put 20-25% down, let's put less down. Let's utilize down payment assistance, keep as much money as in your bank account to subsidize your payments so that you can get through the next 6 months. Like I said, if you close in August, you don't have a first payment due till October. So you get your 4 or 5 payments of you paying a couple $100 extra a month. You know, it's definitely worth it to secure those prices, because as we know, once inventory floods onto the market, we're gonna start getting into bidding wars again. Any questions, anything for the, nothing going on? Okay.
Thank you, Charlie. All right. I want to bring something to you guys' attention that's going on here in the valley, and Ricky actually brought it to my attention, but I had already heard about it going on before. Has anybody had somebody reach out to them, say, I have vacant land for sale? Anybody? Well, good. It is new. So I'm gonna read, this is an actual bulletin that the DRE, the division in California put out. So it's a consumer alert involving identity theft and rental properties. So here's how the scheme works. Is what they do is they go in and search public records, identify properties that are free of mortgage or any other liens, and typically is done on just land, but it can be done on single family as well. But typically this scheme is land. They identify the property owner. This often includes vacant lots, long-term rentals, or vacation rentals with target properties. They pose as the property owner, and then they start contacting real estate agents to list the property for sale, okay? So far, it sounds so good. Somebody calls you up and say, hey, I saw your name in Realtor.com or Zillow or whatever, and I have a property there in Las Vegas that I need to sell. Sounds good, right? So they request that the property be listed below market value because they need to dump it quick.
That's a red flag right there.
That's a red flag, yep. That they also request no for sale sign, another red flag. They request a preference for a cash buyer, quickly accepts an offer and demands a quick closing. They refuse to meet in person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oftentimes they say I'm traveling or I live out of state or something like that. Yeah, they prefer to be contacted through email, text, or over the phone. And typically they refuse video calls. They refuse Zoom.
Is this a mass murderer? Who's this? No, scammers.
And yeah. You know, if you're here on time, you would have.
I'm feeling it midnight and I cried.
You know I love you.
I'm on East Coast time. I woke up at 5.
It won't stop me from teasing you though.
Is it because of the country music?
So, and then they insist that the proceeds get wired to them. So on their own, all these, they may not, I mean, now they're red flags to you all, but maybe before they weren't. But yeah, so that's actually happening. So, and in our managers meeting on Monday, Shane was there and he was talking about this same scam that's going on. And one of the ways to protect the actual homeowner, and I guess Jeff in Wallingford in the Northwest said that he's had a not a homeowner, but a landowner contact him on 3 separate occasions, say, why are you guys listing my land? I'm not listing it, and he was angry. So yeah, this is going on. But what Shane said is, and how does this work? It's a
No before you list?
no, it's the notary. So, the online notary
Ron?
system, what is it called?
Ron?
Ron? Yes.
Something wrong, yeah.
Yeah, and because in Ron, what they have to do is they have to answer some questions before they can log into the system. So, and they have like 2 minutes to answer these questions. The questions basically, they come from their credit report or, you know, some private info. So they have to answer the question, so it's a protection. So, and I believe all title companies have that ability. So when you receive some, and you know, it might be real. It could very well be that
Yeah.
there's a person that's really selling. But the protection is reach out to Rock Title and request that maybe, I don't know, would they even do the listing agreement?
Well, you know, you could also try to do the, you know, before you list, you kind of quiz them a little bit about, you know, how are you on title
Yeah,
and, you know, approximately.
But
you
you
know,
know,
like,
before you list, that's public information.
It is,
so they
it is,
could.
but sometimes they don't know how to obtain all of it though, like the way we do,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
just something to-
so, yeah,
There's something going on with WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why.
It's so annoying.
But
Yeah.
there's like 3 times in the last 2 weeks, I've got somebody who's coming to me
Yeah.
from Realtor.com and we go through the whole spiel and I know
Yep.
what it is, but
Yep.
then they're like, contact me on WhatsApp. I'm like, we're talking, I
Yeah.
don't need to contact you any other way.
exactly. Yeah, if they start requesting communication on WhatsApp,
That's a hard one because I have family in Mexico and they do have money
yeah,
and they do use WhatsApp. My family, my personal family does that. Just so you know, it is like real because I have uncle and like, unfortunately, it's kind of like you have to have a conversation on the phone a few times,
Yeah.
like talk to them,
Yeah.
and then kind of like do that. But it's, that's why it's hard.
So anyway, I just wanted to bring this to your all's attention so that you're more aware of these things actually can happen and are happening out there. So just be more aware, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, check in online, check in on the Realty One Group Southwest office. Make sure you take pictures of your speakers. And since I'm the only speaker today. So anyway, this is our training coming up. Tomorrow is module 9 of Rev Up. It's winning the listing and negotiating the sale. 9 to 11, and Dennis will be the instructor on that one. And then next Wednesday is closing the sale and creating clients for life. And John is the instructor on that one. Those are both live in our Summerlin office and via Zoom. And then we switch back over to the Southwest office, starting on module 1 is goals, planning, and systems, and Tim is the instructor on that. All right, we have a blood drive coming up Monday. Next Monday is the blood drive. I don't know, have I signed up yet?
Yes, you have. It's on your calendar.
You got signed
I
up.
love you, Stephanie. She keeps me in line. All right, so if you can give blood, if you want to give blood, there's flyers around for it, and it's just a QR code. You just scan the QR code to sign up. It's all day Monday right here in this room. All right, also tomorrow
Bowling
is
time.
bowling, and that's, who's calling me? Leave me alone.
It's WhatsApp.
It's somebody wanting to list his land for
Right,
sale.
there you go, through WhatsApp.
So, bowling tomorrow, 7 o'clock, is that right?
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
All right. And
We don't even get off till 5.
if you haven't signed up, is it too late?
No.
No.
You can still sign up, $20, or is it $22.50?
Yes.
Where's it at again?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
No,
All right.
Velocity.
Yeah, we did it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, we did it last year, but it was all the way out in Henderson. And we had a blast, but it was just kind of far away at Henderson. But this time it's at Town Square, so that's close. There's no excuse that it's too far away.
What time does it start again?
Seven.
Seven.
All right, and then, next month is the Super Summer Theater. Who has been to Super Summer Theater? Who has not been to Super, or has no idea what Super Summer Theater is? Yeah, you know. You're not invited.
Why?
You know, you're a lot of fun, but sometimes you're just. All right, so Super Summer Theater is up at Spring Mountain Ranch, and they have an amphitheater set up there with a big grass area. You bring your cooler with alcohol, with your sandwiches. You know, they have food trucks. No alcohol for you,
Cut off alcohol.
I always mention alcohol though. So anyway, it's a ton of fun. It's really cool. The play that we're going to go, they have 3 plays every summer, and actually, it's a lot cooler up there. It's cool. It's not only cooler temperature-wise, but it's really cool up there as well. You hear you can see the bats flying around. Listen to the donkeys.
Are you trying to make it so I don't go?
And listen to.
Because I don't do bats.
What's that?
I don't do bad.
I don't do bats.
There's no bats.
There's no bad. They are.
But it's a super cool event, it really is, and bring a light jacket, because actually, temperature-wise, it cools down out there. And we had a blast. All right, if you have a hot new listing or a open house that you want to talk about, you want to get out to the other agents, get that information to Stephanie. She sends an email out every Friday, but you have to get the information to her by Thursday at noon in order for it to be considered. Somebody really wants to get hold of me. So anyway, Thursday by noon. Pet of the week. Every week we highlight a pet of the week, not only in our meetings, but also it goes out into our newsletters. So if you have a pet that you want to submit for Pet of Week, submit it to Stephanie by when?
Whenever.
Whenever, just say. This week's Pet of the Week. Mocha and Latte Mocha Latte and Luna. Those are Maya's dogs. Aren't they adorable? Where's the big one?
I remember when.
He was inside.
He's there.
All right. Here's your sales team for Rocktown. You guys have anything to say?
11 o'clock today is Instagram ads.
Yeah, Instagram ads.
1 o'clock today. It's
So
going
we're
to be
gonna
right here in
live
this
on
room.
Zoom.
We're going to put it on Zoom on the TV. If you want to learn more about Instagram and Instagram ads, and actually I'm going to be mentioning Instagram on our presentation day. So it'll be up here. All right, that is it. Grow your, that's it right there, right?
That's it. 1 o'clock.
All right, stats by Emily. Let's take a look at the stats. Not much has changed in probably a couple of months now. The listings remain right there. The amount of sales have been 2,700 to 2,800 per month, and our month inventory has not really moved in at least a couple of months now. So we have 1.7 months of inventory. Let's compare it to last week. 4,700 listings. Last week was 4,675. The month's inventory was still 1.7. Last week, 2,700 sales. This week, 27. So again, it's been very, pretty much the same. It's very much a seller's market right now. It really is, because the inventory is down, and we're having multiple offers, right? So what do you need to do in a seller's market?
Be aggressive.
Be what? Be aggressive?
Get listings.
Boom, right there. Get listings. So with that being said, let's talk about getting some listings, all right?
All right.
So this is a presentation that actually Tom Ferry did at one of his summits probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I was a coach for him at the time, and I said, hey, Tom, can you send that to me? And he did, so I've been kind of using it ever since. Now, it does say 33 ways to attract more listings. Some of them don't pertain to our market. Some of them don't pertain to where we're at. You know, they were relevant 6 years ago, but not relevant now. But let's go over them. And if you can pick up 1 or 2 or 3 really good ideas to use to get listings, because listings are selling right now. They're selling fast. All right, so leverage your qualified buyers to attract sellers. What do I mean by that?
The way you write the contract, like how you present it and stuff like that.
So, no, you have a buyer, and they're looking for in a specific area, specific square footage, and you've exhausted everything that's out there. You looked at everything that was for sale. You looked at everything that was, even expired, and nothing worked. So you use that buyer, and you send out a letter similar to this. And it just says, I'm representing a serious buyer who's interested in your home. I'm sure you've seen what's happened with home values. My client is financially qualified and flexible on timing. If you've had any thoughts of selling your home, this could be the best scenario. If you're interested, perhaps I could show your home. If you're not, could you text or email so I can inform my client respectfully, agent. But you might want to put your name in there.
Right.
Put agent. P.S. I've included some client reviews on my service and my sales track record from Zillow. If you have them, include them. If you don't have them, start trying to get them, because reviews are really important. Who's ever tried anything like this? Yeah, a couple of you.
But I would door knock instead of sending the letter.
Door
Like
knocking
in this
is great.
market,
That's
you
it.
don't have time to wait,
Yeah.
like for
Yeah.
letters, snail mail,
Yeah.
and then get there, and maybe they open the mail, maybe they
Yeah.
don't open the mail, I don't know.
Yep.
You have an iron.
So, yeah. Door knocking is great. You can leave, if they're not there, you leave the letter.
Yeah, well, I don't door knock the whole neighborhood, by the way, like I would farm with Rock Title and figure out, like, if the buyer wants, 3 bed, whatever, figure out the exact
Yeah.
model, and then go specifically door knock those
Yeah.
specific
If it's
homes.
just pool homes, you just door knock the pool
Correct.
homes. Yeah, so figure out exactly what your buyer is looking for, and, approach those homeowners. Here's another one. Use slide broadcast. Who's ever heard of slide broadcast? So slide broadcast is, you get those messages on your phone from time to time, especially when it's election time, and all of a sudden a voicemail pops up and you're like,
Phone didn't ring.
my phone didn't even ring, where did this? Well, it's because of a system like this, slide broadcast. Now here's the big caveat on this. When you're getting your lists, make sure they're scrubbed. What do I mean by that?
Making sure they're not on the do not call list.
Making sure they're not on the do not call. I can't tell you how important that is, because one of, not our agents, but an agent in the valley right now is being sued. And it's been on the news and in the newspaper. So not only is she, but her company, it is a she. It's public, so I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but it's public
So how do
information out there.
where do we go to see if they're on the do not call them?
So when you get the list from Rock Title, they can give you scrubbed lists, right?
Yep.
So,
It does say it on their list, it says, do not call us, like,
Yep.
I mean, like,
Yep.
a lot.
So
Like
those-
70%.
those that have registered for the do not call registry won't be in that list, so really, really important. And here's what it could say. Hi, this is Mark. I sent you a note about my client who's desperate to buy. So this could go to the same people that you sent the letter to, or you door knocked. who's desperate to buy a home in your neighborhood. If you've had any thoughts of selling, and yeah, you can see how old this is, 2018 or 19, would you call or text me and let me know? My number is 8675309. Some of you know the significance, some of you are way too young. What is it, Jenny? Jenny. Yeah.
I got your number.
Those of you that don't, just type in 8675309. You don't
You'll
know
know how old
what
we
it
are.
is. All right, here, Instagram. And we have an Instagram class this afternoon at 1 o'clock, but you can do this. It's put in there, free and easy poll. Are you living in your dream home now? Yes or no? I've known agents who have done this and have gotten leads. Are you living in your dream home now? Yes or no? Have you had any thoughts of selling your home in, probably want to do 2023 and 2024, probably not use 2018 and 19, but have you had any thoughts? And then you message them. Thanks for reaching out in my recent IG poll. I'd love to help you find your dream home. Boom.
We have 34 templates ready to go in Rock University for Instagram right now today.
Did you hear that?
Every month.
Yeah.
Justin puts
34
30 to 50 on there
IG
for you.
templates already created.
Ready to go.
Door knock hot communities. No answer, no problem. So first of all, you gotta know what to say when you door knock, so you gotta have a script. If you guys want scripts, reach out to me and I have a whole book of scripts that I can give you. But if they're not home, leave them a little note. Just a little yellow Post-it note, put it on their door. You know, we all go through our garages, so they may see it in a week or so. But anyway, please call me about your house. Thank you, 8675309. I can't say that without singing it, you know?
Who doesn't know what we're talking about? I just want to.
I don't.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Diane, you really don't?
Really? Diane.
Only me.
Oh, no, there's a few of you. You don't either? Yeah. Google it. It was a very, very popular song back in the
80s, 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
Oh,
70s? We're even born
70s,
then.
yeah. Because I was in high school. Shows you how old I
Should we
am.
play it for them?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do it at the end.
All right, how about this one? Create a seminar for seniors. You know, big to small. A lot of seniors want to downsize, right? Well, they have to sell their home in order to downsize. So you create a seminar. And here's some Facebook ads that you can use in the seminar. Here's from big to small. You ready to start downsizing? We have sellers ready to give the perfect home to move on to. Please click to start your day. So just create a seminar.
Sorry, he's playing good.
Yeah.
You know that. We're all gonna have it.
Oh yeah, I know this one though.
Agent-to-agent referrals. Huge. You get a lot of agent-to-agent referrals, right? Are they mostly from California? Yeah. Yeah. So she lived in California and she, well, still is a licensee in California. So, but here's the thing, is you get to make friends with agents in other states, whether it's on Facebook or whatever, and you reach out to them on a regular basis. Hey, you know, I'm here for your referrals. I pay, 90% referral. No, don't do that. I've seen agents post that they'll do 50% referral fees. It's your business. It's your business decision. So you can offer any referral fee out that you feel comfortable with. So get a lot of, some of the trainers and gurus out there, they say, don't friend agents on Facebook. And maybe you don't friend agents in our marketplace, but you want to friend as many agents in other markets,
No,
in
I
other
suggest to be
states.
friends had friends here. If you do a great job and you're really good with social media, like I am, I think, I have referred for agent from the valley.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So, yeah, agent-to-agent referrals, a great way to get some business. Past clients. This is a great one. So you have a buyer that closed on a house 2 to 5 years ago. You create a CMA for them and put a sticky note on it. And the sticky note should say something like this. You create the CMA, you send it to them, mail it, and you put this on it. Hey John, you've done well. Curious, have you had any thoughts of trading up or down? Let's talk soon. Just and you don't have to put a whole lot of time into the CMA. Just create it. It maybe takes a few minutes, but send that to all of your past clients.
Mark, could you go back 1 second?
But here,
Yeah, one. Thank you.
if any of you want a copy of this, just email me and say, hey, can you give me a copy of the slides, and I'll send it to you. All right, non-owner occupied / investors. These are people that own homes here and don't live in those homes. Maybe they live out of state, maybe they still live in state, but just not, and they're renting the houses out. I've used to market to non-ocs a lot in the past, and got quite a few sellers as a result. And the letter should read something like this. John, I notice you own several properties here in Las Vegas. Congratulations. I work with several families and investors, helping them with property acquisitions and trades. I'm sure you receive hundreds of these a month. They probably don't, but they do receive some. To show you I'm serious about creating value for my clients, I've included a CMA on each of your property's current values. I bet you there's no other agent that's doing that. Take a peek. If there's a property that's under delivering, perhaps we could discuss alternatives. I'll follow up with a call in a few days. I look forward to connecting soon. Super easy. One new client can, I don't know what the hell that means. Use celebrity influencer for endorsements. And when I say celebrity influencer, it doesn't have to be, a national, it could be someone local. Who's it? Jason Feinberg is out there all over the place. He might be someone good. Run radio ads, or somebody runs TV ads in town. Sign up for every single one of these you possibly can. There's probably 10 of these different UpNest, HomeLight. There's just so many of them, and it's not. I always tell everybody that you can't build a business just off of these, but if you can get 1 or 2 or 3 transactions a year off of these, it's well worth it.
What are they?
These are sites that give out free leads, basically. Some of them charge, they don't charge anything up front, but they charge a referral fee. Like OpCity is another one. If any of you want to sign up for OpCity, let me know and I'll get you signed up. Text me and I'll get you signed up in OpCity.
Perfect.
And again, you're not going to get 10 transactions over the course of the year, but you could get 1 or 2, and that's 1 or 2 that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So these are awesome. So here's an old. We used to call this the Yikes campaign, and this goes back to the late 90s, early 2000s, and we used to send out postcards like this that just said, "Yikes, we got a baby. Is your home worth more than you think?" And go to whatever, and now you could have a QR code or whatever. So that was very popular and very successful, back in the day. But here is Yikes in current Yikes, 2018. You do a video script. Think of selling your home? I'm Tom Ferry, and my team and I are working with 22 qualified buyers, several looking to buy in your area. This is an opportunity to sell for top dollar without all the hassles. Click the link below. Where do you put that video? Everywhere. Social media. Get it out there. Create a video for Facebook and Instagram. Run YouTube ads to people who recently searched for homes on Google. I'm not sure how to do that, but I know there's people out there that, I mean, so you guys do a search on Google, and all of a sudden you're seeing ads. Like, how the hell do they know? Well, there's people out there that know how to do that. I'm not one of them, but find somebody that knows how to do that.
Justin Taylor does.
Justin Taylor, I'm sure does, yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to get him to do a class for us.
I'm sure he has a pre-recorded video on it.
I'm sure
right
he
now.
does,
So
yeah.
He doesn't have to do class.
Yeah.
He'll be here in 2 weeks, so hit him up.
All right, let's talk expireds. Now, in this market, there may not be as many expireds, it just depends on the market we're in. But when you're in a real buyer's market and homes are sitting for 4 to 6 months without selling them. But this agent, she was challenged to, she was already doing like $400,000. She has a small team, but they were already doing $400,000 a year in commissions. And she was challenged to come up with another way of generating more revenue for her and her team. And this is what she did. Her name is Carolyn. She's a 24-year vet, earning from $400,000 to $500,000 annually. And so she heard about new lead. So she added, this is above and beyond what she was already doing, she added an additional $625,000 in commissions in a 12-month period. She went on 122 appointments. She took 115 listings and sold 63 properties. Working expireds. And I'll tell you, working expireds, has anybody worked expireds?
No, but you have to get a certain list for that, right?
It's
You
hard
can't just
work.
get it.
It's hard work. Yeah, there's companies out there that provide the list. There's one called the Red X. There's another one called Land Voice. There's another one. There's several of them out there. They provide the list. They provide a CRM. That a lot of them even provide a dialer where it automatically dials. It's hard work. It really is hard work, but there's no magic pill to this one. You're just smiling and dialing, and you have scripts that you're saying the scripts. But now here's the thing on scripts. A lot of agents say, well, I don't want to sound canned. I don't want to do scripts. But you have to know what to say. The secret to scripts is you need to memorize them by saying them over and over and over. Memorize them. You need to internalize them, and then you personalize them. That way, when you're saying them, it doesn't sound like a script. It just sounds like dialogue. It just sounds like conversation, and that's the key. So now she was on the phone like 6 hours a day, calling these expireds. You have to have really thick skin when you do expireds, because there's a lot of rejection involved with expireds. So, but who can use an extra $625,000? Yeah. And she was asked. I was at the summit where she was talking, and she was asked, "What's your secret?" And she said, "I don't have a secret." She just called. And here's the other thing, is not only did she call, she followed up. And that's the key, is once you get a lead, you have to follow up with that person over and over and over I say it all the time, I'm sure you've all heard me say it at least once or twice or 10 times. The fortune's in the follow-up. You've got to follow up. David.
You can get this lead easily in Remind, so you can go. to
Remind is another good
like,
source, yeah.
Select Spire and you download the list. So
Yeah. But finding these, like the Red X or Land Voice or these other, they have it all in a CRM and with a dialer. But yeah, if you just wanted to get a list and just call manually, you can do that. Leave me alone. Buy Google Ads against your competition, I don't know anything about that. Adopt agent databases who are leaving the business. When I was coaching, I had 2 different coaching clients that did just that. They found agents in their office that was retiring. And they did a deal with that agent that, I'll take over your database and I'll pay you. It started out as 30% the first year, 20% the second year, 10% the third year. But yeah, it's a great way to generate business. To use sales media, I've had agents who have done this. They've gone to other states and said, I would love to do a sales meeting and tell you all about what's going on in Las Vegas, because agents in other markets, they know people that are moving here. Their sellers are moving here, especially California. So there's a lot of people that are leaving California. Who's a California transplant? Yeah, about half of us have come from California. So, professional networking on steroids. I have no idea what that one means. This guy. He did a referral competition. So that people that brought him referrals, and they don't have to close, but if someone that's referred somebody to them that needs to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, he puts them in a drawing, and it's a big sexy gift. Can't be something it's got to be a big gift. And what he did is he did trips. He did a trip to Cabo. He did want to get laid? I'm guessing that's a trip to Hawaii. But yeah, so he and it may run over the course of a year. And he probably, what he did is he reached out to his database on a regular basis and let them know, hey, do you want to go to Cabo, or you want to get laid? Bring me a referral and you'll get into a drawing. And then at the end of the year, he did the drawing, he gave away the trip. I don't know how many referrals he got, how many transactions he got, but I'm guessing it was well more than paid for the gift that he gave out. And the Bob Kuiper plan. So Bob Kuiper was he was being coached by Tom Ferry himself, and Bob Kuiper was a manager for a lot of years. And he decided he wanted to get out of management, and he wanted to get back into full-time sales. But he said, he told Tom, I don't have a database. I've been managing, for 10 years, and everyone in my database are agents, much like myself. I don't have past clients. I've been managing for way too long for that. Everyone in my database are agents. So this is what he told Bob to do, and these are the results from it. This was his schedule. From 7:30 a.m., aggressive role play. He would have role play partners, and he was role playing his scripts. Remember, memorize, internalize, personalize. That's what he was doing. At 8 o'clock, he was calling old and new expireds. At 9 o'clock, call all of his hot leads. At 10 o'clock, call all the FSBOs, old and new. And then from 11:30 to 12, he was calling his database. And he went from 0 to 120 transactions. But he was very, very regimented. He had no time for anything else, at least through noon. And then all of his appointments were scheduled afternoon. So that's just a hard work. You just gotta work hard. Email the entire database, email your entire database. 2 questions. Are you planning on selling your home in 2023 or 2024? Or have you had any thoughts of selling at these peak prices? Just email that out, or text it out, or Facebook message, Instagram message. You don't just send that out to your whole database. That doesn't apply. Create an expired listing social proof video. So those of you that plan on doing expires or FSBOs or whatever, do a video. This gal, I guess I got rid of this slide. She did a video in front of one of her expired listings, in front of the for sale sign, and just explained, hey, this is Mark, I'm here at 123 Elm Street. This home was listed by another agent for a full 6 months. I took it over and I got it sold in 2 weeks, or whatever the story is. But you want to tell a story of how you listed and sold this home, and you get that out on all your social media. Create a map of all the agents you work with across the country, because, again, to get the referrals, right? So that could be what the map looks like. Name in the last 3 years, myself and my dad. So this is again to go along with the referrals from all over the country. You send them a message like this: helped over X amount of people buy, sell real estate. We cover X amount of states and X amount of cities. If you know someone who needs to buy, sell outside of Las Vegas, feel free to contact me direct or pass along my contact information. So you're letting people out there know that not only do I do Las Vegas, I can help you in Minneapolis or whatever. Online leads are sellers in disguise. So any of you that are getting online leads, there's a certain percentage of them, 65% of them, also have a home that they need to sell. So when you're getting a Realtor.com lead or a Zillow lead or an OpCity buyer lead, just keep in mind, there's a 65% chance that they have a home that they need to sell as well. But you need to ask them the question, because a lot of the consumers think, maybe you're just a buyer's agent. Maybe you don't list homes for sale. So we need to inform them. Do a Facebook Insta Live in front of a sold sign. Hi, it's Mark at Realty One Group. I'm standing in front of 123 Banana Street. We just closed on the property, sold in X amount of days at X amount of listing price. How you ask? Our marketing skills and negotiations. So video is big. Video is important. So you have to embrace it and do it. I know a lot of you already do. Divorce attorneys. I know a few. And some of them were good for me. All right. Create a to-do list. Create a list of divorce attorneys in town. Narrow to 20, 50, or 100 based on your timeline. When selling in a divorce, you have a LinkedIn connections on Facebook, friends with mutual connections. And then you call it, introduce yourself. So you really want to create relationships with divorce attorneys. So divorce attorneys can refer you business. They really can and do. I've had referrals from divorce attorneys before. I should ask my daughter. My daughter's a divorce attorney in California. I'll ask her if she refers out to agents or how that works in her firm, just out of curiosity. Joe Farney, new listing domination campaign. All right, so this is a postcard marketing campaign. When you take a listing, all right, don't do A, we don't do coming soon anymore, so disregard that. But you mail out a just listed postcard. After that, you mail out an open house invitation postcard. After that, you mail them out a testimonial card. After that, once you sell the home, send out a just sold postcard. And then you may send out a we have more qualified buyer postcard. And then a market update. So there's like, 5 postcards for every single listing you take. Now, back in the day, when I would track my numbers. So I knew, and I was doing a lot of just listings, primarily just listings and just solds. And I knew my numbers. You got to know your numbers. I knew that for every 700 pieces of mail that I sent out, I got another transaction. So and typically I wouldn't send, I would send usually 200, around there. But every 750 pieces of mail I sent out, I got another transaction. FSBOs and Make Me Moves. There is no more Make Me Moves. That used to be a Zillow thing. But FSBOs, for every 10 you see, 3 are close to hiring an agent. So you should convert 1 to 3. Who's worked with for sale by owners? I used to love working for sale by owners. I really did. Over-index on Zillow. That's calling for your buyer. Hi, my name is Mark. I'm calling for a client who's interested in your home. So again, you have buyers, and you're trying to find, so it's not only can you find a property for your buyer, but you can also find a listing or 2 in the process. A letter to their former neighbors as an endorsement for your services. This is very cool. So this letter actually comes from the seller who you just closed on. Simply says, hey neighbor, I want to send you a quick note about our real estate agent, Ken Pozek. As you may or may not know, we moved to Georgia for a job promotion. We interviewed 3 other agents to sell our home on Crystal Downs. We chose to work with Ken because of his marketing plan was more thorough than anyone else we interviewed. And he proved that he had the most market knowledge. The thing that impressed me most about Ken was his blah, 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 blah. But the bottom line is, before you actually close or when you close, sit down with your seller and say, hey, and you can even provide a past letter, could be fake, and say, I would like to send out a letter similar to this one to all the neighbors in the neighborhood here. Can we sit down and just pen something out really quick, and then you create the letter and you send it out. That's all I got. Look at that. Look at that. What time is it?
10:30.
Yeah. All right. Who got some nuggets? Good. And they're only good if you use them.
Question about that referral contest. I really like that idea. Is that something that we could do? I know we can't pay a referral fee to an unlicensed person, but if it's true contest, we can actually put clients in there as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. There's nothing illegal. There's nothing that's it's RESPA compliant, and yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, because I would have done that a long time ago.
Right?
Yeah.
She just said, you can't pay other agents, what she mean by that?
You can't pay non-licensees.
Well, right.
Is what I'm thinking that she's.
Yeah, it's kind of bribery kind of thing.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep. All right. Any other questions? Then thank you all.
Oh, yeah, thank you for voting.